Hello, I'm Stephen Orvis, and today I am doing some deal analysis, sourcing some deals from online websites, and just running through the deals I have in my pipeline and trying to move them along. And the goal is here, if a deal is not a good fit, to quickly identify that and just get it into the not buy box column and get rid of it. But then if it is a good fit, move it on to the next stage. So I'm going to be running through specifically the new deal and the passes buy box columns. I'm not going to get into the past NDA areas. That way, we are still good on NDAs and not violating anything. So we're just looking at public information anyone could look at online. And at the end of this session here, so right now I have my pivot table in Odoo showing what's going on. I'm hoping that we will have another week here added for this week because I haven't done anything this week in the project, and we should move some of these uh, working hours to close. Hopefully, get some closed out, identify them as not deal box, and also see some metrics on these moving forwards. And so, on the bottom, on the totals for previous weeks, we have the totals that were closed. And so, the previous time we worked on this, we only closed two out. All right. And you No, we can do that way. I'll actually keep this tab open, and then when we're done, we can compare the two back and forth. That way we can see more clearly what we did and accomplished. All right, I'm going to do some cleanup first. Let's see if there's any dead ones in here. It's been my fault that I did not run through these faster, and so quite often deals are dead just because they haven't run through faster. All right, so this one's Flippa, and let's see here. What information do we have? We don't have any of this populated yet. Let's just throw in the information. So 1.2 million, that is definitely a buy box price, uh, assuming they are not misvaluing the business and saying it's worth more when it's not. What's the SDE? That's going to matter a lot here. 2.3 multiple, so assuming that's the truth, that is going to be not too bad. Oh, that's an annoying box there. Alright. Oh, this is Canadian. That might be, it says Canadian right there. Alright, so I'm going to say not deal box. Reason is, I believe with SBA loans, you need a business to be in the US. You need it to have US employees and have US customers. So I'm just going to right now kill it because it's not buy box. I'm going to log a note. Canadian, so probably won't work for SBA loan, so not buy box. Alright, log the note and go ahead and put it in not buy box. That gives us our first one. Alright, ecom shoes, let's look at that one. Okay, so we have 350. That is a really low asking price. Highly suspicious that this is not going to be a buy box. The one possibility there would be is if it was so hands off that we could potentially buy it and then not have too much thought effort into it and it still made decent money. So it's USD, so at least it's not Canadian this time. And I see 45,000 a month. That seems rather high. Let's real quick do the math calculator on SDE. I see profit multiple of 0.6. This is looking suspicious. Why is it such a low multiple? 45876 times 12 would give you a quite high number. So they are claiming you can get half a million off of this if you multiplied it by 12. That seems way too high. So again, that's a low multiple. Typically, like one's going to be a kind of a bad business for a multiple, and so if it's under one, like what's wrong with this? I mean, it might be legit. There might be some reason here. All right. So 2 years old, ages 2. Technically, that in of itself drops it out of buy box because I am trying for more than 4 years old, unless there was some specific niche to this or location is United Kingdom. All right. So SBA loan is out, and I'm going to right now kill it. Log note. UK business, not SBA compatible. Alright, logging the note and moving on. That one was interesting though. I'm not sure why it was such a low multiple. Alright, religious paintings ecom. Alright, this is on website closures. And alright, asking is 350, cash flow is 100, gross income is 326, and it's 3-ish years old. This is sounding really not buy box. The only thing that would make it work again is if it was super low maintenance. Let's just give it the quick skim in case it was. So it really means I have another buy box, and that is if something is not a lot of effort to run, low risk, and maybe meshes well with my skills and is a potential that my skills could grow it, that could make it fit that buy box. They use Facebook ads. They have email marketing of 11,000 subscribers. Peak seasons March and September. 3 owners. Okay. 1 owner spends 1 to 2 hours per week on marketing. Another spends an hour on business administration. The last spends 4 to 6. So basically they work 8 hours a week is what they're saying. And based on the 8 hours a week, they're able to deal with everything. Could be outsourced, so they haven't. Interesting. What is a 100% stock model? That is, I think that means they're not drop shipping. So Perplexity over here to just find out. In ecom, what is inventory-based model? So that means they have inventory. Okay, so they're not drop shipping. That makes it seem less deal box. Yes, I have space for a shipping container on my property here. I have 100 acres, so no problem there. But also means you're going to have to be touching the products a lot. And they're shipping about 3 to 5 orders a day. So I'm not sure how this, maybe that's the person that spends the 4 hours a week, 4 hours a week on order fulfillment. So that's 4 hours not steady. That's 4 hours every day that you're not every day, but pieces of that every day. So you're gonna have this like spazzy all the time doing something. Okay, that it's kind of interesting, but I think the price is just there's some work in there. The cash flow isn't quite there. So there's inventory questions. It's interesting. I wish I could get in deeper, but I'm just going to say not deal box because it's not going to pay enough. And I need a business that can pay enough to make it work. Alright, so not deal box. Okay, I've apparently been already in this one. SDE is 42. I'm not even sure why this one is still on my list. That is not enough SDE for my deal box at all. 24 years in business. I'll just look at it fast though because I put it there. See, this is on acquire.com. It's probably gone already. Those kind of go fast I've seen. And if it isn't, it's probably not worth it. 2 point on the revenue. Okay, asking price. So they're asking 4x on the SDE. I don't see that that's a good deal. I'm just moving on. Not buy box. All right. Dental marketing. Nothing on that. Let's just go ahead and pop in here. I believe this one was a marketing company that focused on dentist offices, which is interesting. It means it's something that I could locally promote because dentist offices everywhere because there's people everywhere. So you could conceivably make this a local business, even though it's an internet business. All right, long-term marketing, scale opportunities, conclusion. So they're asking 1.3, so which is a good number. And then SDE, they're claiming that we've got 307, so deal box. That's good there. And gross income is 500. Wow, that's a lot of cash flow for what they're spending. And year established is 17, which then that means this is 24, so that would give us, what, 7 years? So years in business is 7. That is deal box 2. And you notice how these fields are my deal box fields. So this is a very conscious decision to look at each one and document that, yes, I looked at that, and yes, no deal box. You could also make a rule that is auto magic too. In Odoo, you could make it, if it's not deal box, go kick it over to not deal box. I haven't done that yet though. You could tag it. That might be a nicer way to do it. And then let the person be like, oh yeah, I should throw this away. 5 employees. That is also deal box too. I've wanted more employees. But again, internet businesses can be different. So there's a slightly different deal box. Okay. So I think this one, it says pending though, that's the problem. There's already, okay, I should have seen that from the get-go. I could have kicked it over sooner. So I can, let's see, do they take any, you can contact them. So I may as well tag this one for an NDA signed. And I'm going to go ahead, maybe I'll do NDA needs signed. I'm going to do that. And new process here for me. I don't have a needs signed NDA column, and I don't necessarily want to make one. Oh, I have a passes deal box, so I can put that over there. So then I can have a next step. So that's good there. At least I get it over. So I am almost up to 15 minutes. I'm going to try 2 more minutes and see what I can get off here in 2 more minutes, and then close the video at the end. Actually, it'd take only 1 minute and then take a minute to look at the stats. Alright, website closures. Let's just jump to the bottom. Asking 900. Cash flow is 3. 4 years. That all looks deal box like. And then 4 years in business. Alright, good start. What does this do? Ecom, home appliances. Okay, so I like DIY stuff. This actually fits me a bit. Is this one pending? I should look at that first. No, it doesn't say pending. Not only have a massive catalog, huge inventory, how-to videos. Okay, so there's a video aspect to it. I'm not saying I'm going to be good at making DIY videos, so that might need hiring out if they are not doing it. No marketing budget, okay. Average $80 per order, 40 packages a day. Who's doing the packaging? That's what I want to know. Multi-sales channels. So Shopify, eBay, Amazon 3%. That's great. 80% from eBay. Okay, so not thrilled about high risk from eBay, but maybe some traffic going back to the site get some site going with ads or something. U.S. buyer. Why does it say U.S. buyer? Okay. Stocks as SKUs. So lock in supply with its vendors' warehouses. How do the warehouses work? So I do have some eBay experience. That's kind of one of my online selling platforms I did years ago. I used to sell software during college on eBay. So not that I'm a pro, but it's definitely more my niche. Repeat. Okay. Lifetime value is risen. So two-ish orders then per customer, not quite. Okay. Two employees to handle daily operations. That sounds like the shipping people. This sounds like we need to look at the deeper, see what's going on. I like this one. Alright, we're going to tag it with India needs signed. Normally I would just sign it, but since I am doing live, I'm not going to get into personal information signing NDAs. Alright, we are at the 16, 30-minute seconds mark. That one took longer than I thought, but I was super interested in that one. So I've moved from new deal into passes buy box, and I moved some into not buy box. So let's look at our stats. So I'm going to go pivot table, and then this here, apples to apples, last stage update by week. Actually, I think this one does by week. It does. Alright, so this is interesting. It didn't, and let me do the grouping again, because week 48, I was expecting to see a week for this week, unless this is week 48. The last stage update by week. And maybe this is week 48. So we have 8 count in that one, and then previously we have a 2 count. So I guess it's good that Odoo doesn't live update. Well, I didn't know I had updates. Cold off market. Oh, right. I did do that. So I dumped in my cold off market column the other day, 2 deals. Just ideas more than anything. So that was why I had updates already in this week. That threw me. Okay. So I started with 2, and then we did the session. We ran through 6 deals during this session. We identified 4 as not deal box. And the working hours to close is interesting. That's basically we made it how long before we kill this, or finish it in a good way. And so our time there, the average time was 104 hours. So obviously you'd want that number to trend down if you're being efficient with your processes, streamlining it better. That's going to drive that number down. But this is measuring. I'm still getting going here. So down to 8. Not as good as some other previous weeks, but still not too bad there. All right. So I'm going to call this the end of the video here. I think I will do another one on just adding in some new deals as well and skimming through just the high level how I do that. But this was a good productive session. I'm super excited about the one ecom one. Just getting into the numbers and seeing what's going on with that one.